Hi, this is Maria and welcome back to my Christmas craft countdown. Today I'm going to show you how to make an art journal using an old board game. So let's get started. You're going to need, this is what you're going to need. You're going to need an old board game. I'm going to use this Clue one. I like to use the board games that fold like this. A lot of the newer ones do that because they're easier to cut. Okay, so that's what I'm going to show you today, how to use one of these, okay? And so this, you're going to need an old board game. You're going to need a metal ruler and an X-Acto knife. Be careful when you're using the X-Acto knife. A few times I've been like so busy and didn't notice it had come loose here and the little blade fell out. And you don't want to cut yourself. So just make sure that's nice and snug so when you press down you don't want to cut your finger or anything. Okay, and then you're going to need a pencil and a paper cutter. I use this. It's by Fiskars. I got this at Joann's and it works fine. Any paper cutter will do. You're going to need some drawing paper. I got this at Michael's and there's 200 sheets in here. It measures, let's see, 9 inches by 12 inches. And I really love this paper. There's 200 sheets in there, so you should be able to make at least 4 journals using this. It's something like $7.49, I believe. I think that's the price, but be sure to use a coupon. A 50% coupon will get you a great savings. Okay, and then you're going to need some binder rings, 1-inch binder rings. Let's see, there you go. I got these at Office Depot, and there's 100 in here. I can't remember what I paid for them. But I know whatever I paid for them, I feel like it was worth it. There's so many in there. Then you're going to use some duct tape. Need some duct tape. Again, you can get this at Joann's, Michael's, Walmart, any craft store or other stores that you could think of. Oh, Home Depot has it. And I thought it was pretty reasonable at Home Depot. So there's lots of places you can get it. It's fun. And so I think that's it. And so let's get started. Also, you're going to need a mat for your table. I have this rubber mat that I use. And I don't want to lift it up to show you right now, but you know what I'm talking about, a crafting mat. And so anyway, so let's get started. And so I'm going to take this board game, and what I'm going to do is take my metal ruler, and I prefer a metal ruler to the plastic or the wooden ruler, because with those rulers, what I found was that when I pulled my X-Acto knife down, sometimes it would take off pieces of wood or plastic or something. This works fine. And so I'm going to, right on the crease here, and I'm going to drag my X-Acto knife down. Okay? So let's see, which part am I going to do? I'm going to go across this way. Because see, 2 of them are already split, so I don't even have to worry about cutting that. So, get started here. And okay, I'm just straightening up the ruler and I'm pulling the X-Acto knife down. Okay, and I did one side. And so I ended up with one piece here, okay? So there's one piece. I'm going to do the second piece. It's really super easy. That's why I prefer these. I tried the other boards that, you know, just come folded in half, and they're really cute boards like the Candyland. But they're kind of hard to cut with the X-Acto knife. I was going to see if my husband could cut them with a blade. What do you call it? A saw. A blade, of course. So anyways, so here we go. So now you have 2 pieces, okay? And this is what you end up with. You end up with this part. And so I found it kind of difficult to lay this on the table and to bring down my X-Acto knife. But since there's that crease there, what I did was, and just be really careful when you do it in the back, because you can tear it. But if you do, use a little bit of glue, a little bit of stick glue, to fix it. And you're going to use some tape anyways on that edge. But still, you want to be as careful as possible. I'm just bringing it down. Be careful with your fingers. Very careful with your fingers. And I'm just sort of sawing, like a sawing motion, but really gentle, because I don't want to tear it. Okay, and so let me finish that up here. So now I have 4 pieces, so that's 2 journals. So, okay, so I'm going to set these aside. And the next thing I'm going to do is put some duct tape on the edges. You don't have to if you don't want to. Also, if you want to clean those up a little bit, you can do that with your X-Acto knife. Just take your metal ruler and go down with the X-Acto knife and just clean it up a little bit if you want to. And so this is what I end up doing. I end up covering the edges with the duct tape. And you can use different colors of duct tape too, depending on your board. And I'll show you another one I did where I did use a different color. So anyway, so we're going to do that first, okay? And I've already measured on my pad here. I'm going to lift it up and show it to you. I put down 10 inches of tape here, okay, and another 10 inches, and then just a few inches here, because that's going to be for the corners, to clean up the corners. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take my ruler, and I'm going to lay it down flat and take my X-Acto knife and just split it down the middle. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not a big deal. And so it's art, right? And art doesn't have to be perfect. So here we go. I'm just going to go down the center. And then I'm going to, and of course, I don't do perfect lines even using a ruler. So here we go. And so basically that's what I did. And then I'm going to, with the point of my X-Acto knife, start peeling. And I'm going to, whoops, see, that happens. So I'm going to do this one. Let's see if, oops, that one did it too. So that's what happens in crafting. Let's try this one. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. So, I know why. Hello. Because when I cut the board games, I went ahead and sliced it. So let me go ahead. That's what I mean. Things happen in crafting. And you know what? I could start this whole video over again, but I'm not going to. So let me go ahead and take the 10 inches. Okay, so I'm taking 10 inches. That was so funny. Okay. So there's my klutziness, my crafty klutziness on video for all to see. The one thing with writers is we're used to revising, and so whenever we need to rewrite a sentence, we go right back in. We're so used to it, it's like not a big deal. And it's actually kind of nice taking a break from the writing. As soon as I'm through with these videos, I will be getting right back to it. So then I'm going to end up, I went ahead and cut it in half. And let's find my board. Where did I set it down? Right here. And so I'm going to do that top edge. Okay? And so I'm going to lay it down flat. And just going to go in about, just about a 1/4 inch right there on the edge. And I didn't press down yet. I didn't smooth it out yet. So then I'm going to fold this side over. Okay? And there you go. So there's one edge, okay? I like using my little scissors, and I love these little scissors. In fact, I have two pair. And I go ahead and clip off that edge, okay? And so then I'm going to take the second one, and I'm going to do the same thing. And even though that has, you don't even have to cover that up, but I do, just to make it all look the same. Because there's no rough edges there. And I did the same thing. Just went ahead and laid it down like that. Just like about a 1/4 inch. And I want to show you how I do this again. And just sort of fold it over. Super simple. You're going to love these. And then, again, just clip. Okay? And then I'm going to do another one real quick, because I want you to see how I'm going to do the corners too. So let's get 10 more inches of this down. I love duct tape. I totally love it. I've already collected quite a few rolls. I just make sure I use my coupons at Joann's. I do mention coupons a lot in my videos. I used to work at Joann's last year, and I learned a lot from working there, that you could really save a lot of money. And so why pay full retail, right? And so there you go. So let's do the rough edge first, all right? And doing the same thing, laid it down, and I'm going to fold it over. I hope you'll let me know